very loud.
It's a little loud, yeah. I might want to do this real quick.
I should make a soundboard item. That's just like no, not that.
What the fuck was that?
Congratulations, you've
I
won 1 million funny money.
Hell yeah, listen.
I've absolutely screwed up my delivery by accidentally playing a Tumblr item, Tumblr audio file.
Oh shit, I forgot. Unplugged the joint.
I'm just gonna curl up into the corner and die. Alright, but in seriousness, I should totally like put a quote from Matthew Matsui that's all like, "Really? That's great news!"
Frosty, your audio is peaking.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. How do I get myself to not do that?
Thanks to cool kids. Listen, big props to the English translation team. All right, we got Marshall Wong putting in the work. I was reading that.
All right, I just put myself down from 100 to 79. Let's try this again. Really? That's great news!
That was good.
Hey again, I was the lead. Oh, yo, for real?
Interlets? Interlet what?
Space Holiday, that's fucking sick. That's always cool when we have like someone who's like involved in the creation process popping into the stream. That's sick. The winter when I met her, and then we had to part. She taught me so very much. Like when it snows. If you catch winter's first falling snowflake, your heart's deepest wish will come true. She's the one who taught me that. I drove Derek, the leader of the project, crazy over editing these intro graphics to get the grammar perfect. Hey, listen, man. Sometimes you do what you gotta do, you know? I want to see you again, Nakoruru. Here we are.
Whoa.
Northern Japan, Sapporo. Or no, I'm sorry, it would be Hokkaido, right? Hokkaido? Alright. We're playing the, what do they call that instrument? The,
I know what it's called, but it also sounds like another word, so I get them confused all the time. The shamisen?
Shamisen, yeah. Yes. The Japanese banjo is what stupid people call it.
Oh god, no, but I refuse to believe anyone calls it that.
I've heard it called that. The gift she gave me.
Nakoruru?
Listen, just because it's happened doesn't mean I have to believe it happened.
They made a Nakoruru spin-off game?
Yeah, this is a visual novel. Alright, so let's see, we got yeah, this all seems fine.
I remember they were pushing Nakoruru to be like kind of a big mascot there for.
Yeah, they were.
He still is. He was going to be the environmentalist mascot. Actually,
well,
alongside Terry, oddly enough.
She was the sourdough of Capcom.
Oh gosh.
It's the story of how she met the wolf and the raven.
Oh, interesting.
By Sonata Artica. You can't die. I'm always
You
saying
see,
that.
Nakoruru found the pendant, and she went back in time to Ulusil, and she found the wolf.
She gently stroked my cheek. Don't cry, she said, as if to soothe me. Mikato, Nakoruru! Eventually, the strength left her hand, and her warm touch fell away. No, it can't be. Nakoruru!
Run!
Listen, Skull, if you want to do the Dr. Robotnik R's, now is the time to do it.
Nakoruru!
I couldn't believe this was happening. A year ago, I could never have imagined something like this. A year ago, it's when I first met Nakoruru. The gift she gave me, a Samurai Shodown adventure.
The fonts are spot on.
Yeah,
You alright?
presentation's pretty nice. A beautiful wind in a snowy village.
Hope she's okay.
It was winter when I first met Nakoruru. I remember it being colder than usual that year. The snow had started to fall early. Before I met Nakoruru, it was as if an icy wind had chilled my heart. And it wasn't just because of the weather. At that time, I was living in Ireshipakuru. Ireshipakuru was an orphanage for children who had lost their parents. We all lived there together. I'd only been there for a week when... Yeah, that's rough. That's rough.
It's rough that you had to grow up looking like that.
Oh no, I was talking about what Space Holiday, but yes, also this guy. Oh my God, he looks like Batsu from Rival Schools.
Yeah.
I was lying on my bed in a daze, but I quickly woke up. Please tell me I'm not this character.
I think you are.
I'm sorry. I'm awake.
I'm sorry that I'm awake.
I think I'm Mikato. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Kid? He's calling me kid?
Oh, okay.
So, is Mikato a girl or a boy?
I don't know.
Perhaps.
Does it matter?
The answer is yes.
Okay.
Oh, I'm 7? He'd been living at the orphanage since he was born.
Oh, no.
I don't know, I was never sure why, but he was always so rude and picked on me constantly. I didn't really like him all that much. Oh, yo, roasted. I didn't want to get yelled at anymore, so I hurriedly started to get ready. It didn't take long, though. I washed my face with a bottle of water, melted from the snow we'd filled it with, then quickly combed my hair. Shut. Ah, it's freezing. Trying to fight
Do you think if it snowed in California, do you think our drought problem would be over?
I think if it snowed in California, the drought problem will probably be getting worse because of all the global, climate change and shit.
It would just melt on the sand and nothing would happen.
And let me tell you something. I live in Washington and we're going through a drought and we get snow, so...
I see. Makes sense.
I'm already late? Well, fuck you, Hokute. I'm sorry.
Hokute no gun.
I'm sorry. Put on my coat and went outside. Ah.
You're right, Mikado.
Ah.
These are not great character designs.
That's right. I didn't think we'd see you until noon.
They look like the grandmothers from like a Miyazaki movie. Oh god. Yo, they're
Oh
the same
shit, there's
sprite.
more. Oh lord.
Ah!
Ah.
Ubaba jump scare.
Code
The
Lyoko.
Code Lyoko forehead.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, that's a face.
Yeah.
Not many teeth in that face.
He looks like a character from Kakugo no Susume.
I don't know what that is, but I'll agree.
It's a show where like there's perfectly normal animals and people, and then like in like the fucking desert apocalypse, and then suddenly like they get triggered and turn into this horrible monster while they swirl out of control.
So these old ladies are known as the sages. They also take care of the children in Ireshi Pakuru. Please stop fighting.
Oh, by the way, I'm gonna be out of here in a little bit because
E-Town?
E-Town pre-tapes are supposed to start in a
Okay,
little bit.
and that's pre-recorded, right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
so unfortunately, there's nothing to rate out to.
Have you gone senile? Yo, everyone in this game is rude as fuck. They're just roasting each other left and right.
Right? Bitch, you're crazy.
Alright, we gotta see the chief. Chief Otara? Why would he... I'm getting kicked out. Leave here?
Alright, actually, I do gotta go right now. So
Alright, have a good one, man. Thanks for making it up.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
It's just us, Butler.
It's just
No,
us.
I'm here.
Alright. Oh yeah, I'm screaming.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah. Just pretend I'm not here, whatever.
No!
Ah!
Here, you want me to take care of the voices of the extras, Butler?
I mean, there is voice acting already.
Oh, I can't hear it.
Oh, you guys can't hear it because it's screen sharing. Okay. Damn.
Yeah.
Stop. The two of you are twins. You're the same age. I'm always saying that.
Well, I can if I turn it up.
Alright, listen. They really don't want me here at this orphanage.
Right?
Right? And
You
I'm like
fuck out of this
supposed to be
orphanage.
7 years old. They're just kicking me out in the snow. Not knowing what was in store for me. I'm headed to the chief's house. Oh god, it's him. Huh? Ooh, wow, okay. Are we hoity-toity? Someone's certainly full of themselves.
What a way to start off a visual novel, jeez.
Right? Oh, I should be so grateful of Hokute. Yeah, thanks, you dick. Following Hokute's lead, we walk to the center of the village.
Kids are so cruel.
I know,
swear.
right? And now this asshole's calling people fat? Look, isn't Kamui Kotan huge? What a dick. Oh, that's the name of the town. I thought he was asking me if, like, a character was huge, and I'm like, that's rude. Huh?
寒いコタンには勝てないにしても。どうした？
どうした？
相当小さい村だったんだな。
Wow, you're right. He's such a dickhead. Fuck this guy. That's not it.
あ、そっか。お前の村。
I used to live in a village very far away from here, but that village isn't there anymore. An epidemic wiped us out.
Ooh.
I don't remember much
Alright.
about my former village. I just recall wandering alone and the chief of Kamui Kotan finding me.
悪い。でも、ま、助かってよかったじゃん。精霊が守ってくれたから、お前は無事だったんだろ？
I guess so?
お前、きっと運がいいんだよ。レシパクルから出て、外で暮らせることだって、相当ついてんだぞ。
You think so?
当たり前じゃん。親代わりの人が見つかったってことなんだからな。あ、別に俺に気兼ねすんなよ。俺はエレシパクルが気に入ってるんだからさ。
I'm sorry.
だから謝んなっつーの、バカ。
Go outside.
Fucking rude, kid. We walk
Everyone
slowly.
just,
What's up?
everyone just kind of hates you in this, huh?
Yeah, right? Right? What did I fucking do? I'm
You
7. I'm 7. Leave me alone. We walk slowly,
Jesus.
taking in the rows of houses in Kamui Kotan. The houses of
What'd
the
you say,
village
Roman?
were covered
Oh,
with
my bad.
thatch, bamboo or bark. They were built to withstand the severe cold of winter, and were very warm on the inside. The snow-covered houses looked like they were glowing in the morning light. I never liked cold winters, but I love the sight of Kamui Kotan sparkling in the snow. Would I be starting my new life in one of those houses? What kind of person was adopting me? I was almost overwhelmed with anxiety. To distract myself, I focused my attention back on the beautiful sight of the village. It was at that moment. Something I had never seen before came into view.
Oh my god, a house.
Oh, over there. What's that?
Damn.
What's that building? Well, I mean, I guess the building is what we're looking at.
の？違うよ。あれはゴザだよ。専用の織り機で作るんだぜ。
Really? That pattern's beautiful.
お前ね、男だったらあんなのに興味示す前に狩りとか釣りに燃えるべきだろう。
See, this kid knows what's up. He's all about that Sega bass fishing life. I'm not really good at fishing. Oh. No mini games? Actually, I think there are mini games in this.
腕前に関しては振動と呼ばれるほどなんだぜ。この俺様に近づけるようにお前も頑張れよ。
Could you teach me sometime? I want to learn to go fishing. Let's fish right now.
で、天才は自分の腕前をあんまり人に見せないんだ。
We geniuses. Oh, wow, this smug shit. We geniuses. I want to draw your attention to this right here. What a pompous asshole. At that moment, a man passed in front of us. Over his shoulder, he carried a branch from which hung a large number of fish. Well, I'd love to be able to catch that many fish all at once. So that's us. Now we know. We're this little girl. Okay.
そりゃ無理だよ。この俺
Fat chance. I'm always saying that. That's how people talked in the 1500s in Japan. They said fat chance.
ランダムって言って俺の兄貴分みたいなもんかな。よく釣りに連れてってもらったりするんだ。
They're really cocky back then, okay?
Fat chance. Lame-o.
魚の取り方を
I'll make you eat those words.
Fat chance, nerd.
Shut up, square. I guess Yantamu must be a good fisherman.
まあ確かにあんたの方は釣りが得意なんだけど、いつも大量なのには別のわけもある。
I'm guessing to eat, probably. Why?
新鮮な魚とかを君のために取ったよって女の子に渡して気を引こうとするんだぜ。しかも一人じゃなくてお姉さんに。だから気合いの入り方が違うんだよ。
Oh, wow. This guy's a real player.
Right? That's a hard bargain.
黙ってるとかっ いのにノリが軽すぎ。
You see a girl like this, how do you open up? I offer them a fish. At that moment, Yantamu
Would you like this cod?
noticed us and came over.
What would be the least appealing fish to offer anyone?
Ooh. Halibut?
Urchin?
Maybe flounder, because that just falls apart as you try to eat it.
Yeah, true, but I mean it tastes good.
Imitation crab, because it's just so cheap, you know?
Yeah, listen.
I bought you this package of imitation crab. But I mean, like, if you're actually offering them a fish, or like a whole fish.
Like a whole fish?
Oh, yeah.
Like you caught it and you're offering it to them as like a present, or so they'll consider you.
I'm tempted to say eel because of the way eel look on the outside, but like eel is like the most delicious meat I've ever eaten.
Exactly.
So
yeah, I'll have to think about that.
Bullheads. That's the one.
Yeah.
Because you can't eat that shit.
You need some tasty bait. This guy's giving me some bad vibes. Yeah, you know what? I love how this guy's talking to like an 8-year-old boy. He's like, yeah, listen, bro, this is how you score pussy. You gotta get the fish. It's like, alright, bro. It's a little weird.
You know, it's like a Captain Knuckles, what's it called, kind of, thing.
Oh my god. Yeah, listen, I'm gonna hear that character in Captain Knuckles' voice from now on.
Arr, yeah.
Yo, he's the boss from Christmas Vacation. Even as he hurried on his way, Yantamu chattered over his shoulder to us. He seemed like a lighthearted sort of guy. With amused smiles, we continued walking. Not much longer after that, we arrived at the village chief's house. Hokute grinned broadly, then left to return to Ireshpakuru. As I stood in front of the Chief Otada's house, I took a deep breath to calm my rapidly beating heart. That's how a 7-year-old girl coughs. I choked as the cold air penetrated my lungs. I let out an apprehensive sigh as I knocked on the door. The chief beckoned me into the room with the echo of his voice. The air in the room seemed too tense up. Without thinking, I strained my back. This old man was Otada, Kamikaton's chief. His long, impressive beard made him look very dignified, even though he wasn't very large in stature. Wow. Mean.
Right.
Rude.
Yeah? It felt impossible to relax. Ignoring my obvious discomfort, the chief continued on calmly.
Very articulate, yeah.
Yeah, right?
The soul of a poet, you know?
A job?
Hey, there we go. The girl we've all been waiting for, Nakoruru.
Naki.
Naki. Nako.
You have to live with Nakoruru. Yeah.
Fighting? Defending? You mean fighting? I raised my voice in surprise. I thought the job of a shrine man was to pray for the village, not fight to defend it. Mamahaha.
Nakoruru.
Knack 2, baby. Knack, oh god. Listen, PS4's finest piece of software, Knack 2. I would become the assistant to a shrine maiden, strong enough to be a warrior. I was so shocked by the suddenness of the situation that I was left speechless.
Yeah, she does. I've seen her in CVS too.
Wait, Butler.
Yeah, what's up?
Nakoruru too.
It's just Rara.
Doi doi.
Yeah. I lowered my head and nodded. Chief Otada has rescued me. My village was lost and I was wandering in the wilderness. I could hardly refuse his request. Alright. Understood. Shakily, I stood up and left the chief's house. To live with a shrine maiden, to be her assistant, I wondered if I could ever live up to such high expectations. What kind of person is Nakoruru? I wondered. I figured that someone who could defeat the root of all evil must be scary. An uneasy feeling made my body stiffen to a chill. Like a chill from the cold air. I shuddered. I hugged myself tightly to try and calm myself down. Oh, this Mordecai. This is the Samurai Shodown visual novel. I lifted my head when I heard the voice. That's this guy. Oh my god. It's... God damn it. Listen, Mordecai, the swords are coming, alright? Yo, Mordecai right now is like Millhouse. He's like, when are they gonna get to the fireworks factory?
When are they getting to the showdown?
Yo, hell yeah. Listen.
Say the line, Nakoruru!
Personally, I'm waiting for the fishing minigame.
I'm waiting for the villain to show up.
Keith Howard shows up out of nowhere.
Yes.
When's the hot guy show up?
If you selected the other option before you met Minari instead of... Oh, okay.
On your...
Ah, okay.
Jeez.
Whoa, we got Geese Howard. Okay. Yo, what's up, Derek? Just dropped in to say hello, and thank you for streaming our patch. It's a slow-paced story at first, but very rewarding, very heartfelt. Tells quite the story. Yeah, yo, listen. Thanks. Listen, shout-outs to Derek and Space Holiday. They're two of the guys that worked on the English translation patch.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Where's Andrew Jackson? Burning in Hell is where Andrew Jackson is.
No, he's, according to the events of Samurai Showdown 6, he's fighting Hell Lord.
He claims it's for democracy, but really it's for conquest.
Democracy!
I gave them a small bow as I walked. They smiled back with amusement. And then vanished into the ether. Yeah? Yantamu grabbed Minari's cheeks.
Which cheeks? Oh, she looks like he grabbed the wrong ones.
Minari freed herself from Yantamu's grasp and rubbed at her red cheeks.
This is
thank God.
This is definitely a visual novel.
Hey, It certainly is. It wouldn't have worked with my face. I'm just too cool.
本気で言ってるから呆れちゃうわ。
Oh shit. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Minari is in CBS too. Minari stared at Yantamu with a stunned look. Seeing the two of them interact, I couldn't help but smile.
やっと笑ったな、ミカト。その調子で楽しく行こうぜ。俺が7歳の頃なんて。
ヤンタムってば子供の頃すごく元気よかったもんね。走るのも速くって。私追いかけるのが大変だった。
いや、それはマナリがちょっと走っただけで。
The way her hat's designed, I thought she had ears. Like bear ears.
Yeah, yeah, no, I see what you're talking about.
悪いこと言わないで。知らない人が聞いたら本当の話かと。ああ
She fell. Before she could finish, Minori's tumbled and fell on her butt. She must have got her foot stuck in the snow. Yantamu probably had a point about Minori being clumsy. Yantamu laughed as he reached his hand out to Minori. Minori's cheeks flushed as she grabbed Yantamu's hand and pulled herself up. Embarrassed, she brushed the snow from her rear.
ガキの頃のまんまだな、お前。キャー、助けてー。よく聞いたぜ、そういう声。
やだ、忘れてよそんなの。
で、転ぶたびにナコル君に助けてもらってたんだな。
そうね。大丈夫？怪我はない？って真顔で聞いてくれたんだっけ。
Hearing Nakoruru's name reminded me of my situation. I again wondered what sort of person she'd be. Who exactly was I going to live with? These two seemed to know her pretty well. Maybe I could ask them. Who should I ask?
Hey, Butler, I'm gonna take off.
Oh yeah, have a go on, man.
See you, Red
Yeah.
Skull. Take
Later.
care.
Good games, everyone.
I asked Minari to tell me about Nakoruru.
ナコルル？そうね。とっても優しい人よ。これ以上例えばね、昔すごく寒い冬の日にナコルルが山から肌着だけで帰ってきたの。
Thanks for the TLDR.
Just her undershirt?
I mean, too much info.
びっくりしてどうしたのって聞いたら、森にあった古い木の皮が病気で剥げ落ちてしまってたらしいの。それで木が寒そうでかわいそうだって服をかけてきたんですね。
Okay, that's actually sweet.
Mm.
Right?
Yeah.
風邪をひいて寝込んだんだぜ。どっか抜けてるんだよ。
That, however, is
She's
funny.
not all there.
You got dropped on her head once.
I
That's-
find that visual.
That's
I
so
find that-
Nakoruru.
That's the sitcom quote right there.
Yeah, I'm screen capping this real quick.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
That's so Nakoruru.
確かにね。
Starring
Oh, boy,
Raven
there's a-
Simone.
I'm reading the chat, and it's like, there's a bad ending. That's good.
so Nakoruru. Do 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 do.
Oh no, there's a bad. Okay, all right. Well, I'll have
Oh,
to
boy.
be mindful of that.
You gotta be real careful about your choices, like a
Yeah,
Telltale
right.
game.
Up until now, I'd only thought of Nakoruru as a warrior. This story made me think twice, though.
ナコルルのことが大好きよ。
Soon the Shrine Maiden's house came into view. The house was a bit dirty, like it hadn't been lived in for quite some time. It felt creepy.
ここがミカトの新しい家だ。また遊びに来るから頑張れよ。
It's easy to avoid the bad ending, don't worry. Okay.
ものがあったら遠慮しないで何でも言ってね。
And with that, the two left. I watched them walk away until they disappeared in the distance. They were deep in conversation as they left. I didn't have any close friends here, so I was a little envious as I watched them leave. Well, here we go. I entered the Shrine Maiden's house. It was here that I was to become Nakoruru's assistant. Minari had said that Nakoruru was kind, but she was also a warrior that had survived many battles. The thought that she could still be that kind in spite of all the slicing and dicing actually made her seem even scarier. What kind of person was Nakoruru? I hoped to serve her well, but I was so anxious I could barely keep still. The inside of the... Oh shit, it looks like her clothes. It's got the same pattern. The inside of the Shrine Maiden's house was very dirty. The dust covering everything made it obvious that no one lived there for a long time. It was also dark, and cobwebs hung from the ceiling. It's very off-putting. It's the kind of house you'd hesitate to enter. But I mustered up my courage, and I walked in the next room.
Damn, girl, you live like this?
Yeah, right? Hey, what's up, Kuma?
Wait, is that Nakoruru game?
Yeah, this is Nakoruru. This is the Samurai Shodown visual novel. I spotted a hearth, so I figured it must be a living room. Felt a little more spacious than that of a normal house. Just like the entrance, the living room was also really dirty. Any trace of someone having lived here was long gone. I guess when a place goes unlived in, it gradually goes to rot. I couldn't remember much about my old village, but by now my house must have looked like this one, or worse. This is where I was to live, the Shrine Maiden's assistant. So to start my life here, I decided I needed to return some liveliness to the room. Taking care of the upkeep would be part of my duties as Nakoruru's assistant. I didn't want her to be disappointed with me upon our return, so I decided to clean up. I found the cleaning equipment in the workroom at the back of the house. Also saw a loom there, among other things. At Irashpakuru, the kids did the chores. Moreover, Hokote always forced me to do his share. Thanks to that, I'd learned a little about cleaning up. Everything in this game is based on indigenous Ainu people of the region. The game is based on. The culture is everywhere. We did our best to preserve it. Yeah, you're doing a great job. Listen, once again, yeah, thanks so much for like translating this into English. That's like, you're doing God's work. Because there's a lot of Dreamcast games that are like Japan only. And it's great that like more people get to play them. Alright, so
also there's like this history of like a lot of Japanese people looking down on Ainu tradition, so
Yeah.
it's great to see kind of like media that puts it in a positive light.
Absolutely.
Wait, there's another like anime I've been watching called like Golden Kamuy. It's the best.
Ooh. I'll have to check it out.
Like, it takes place during like the whole Japanese invasion of Hokkaido.
Oh yeah, yo, Sega Gaga. Yo, I'm so down for Sega Gaga. That game looks so cool. My arms are
it's
getting
like this,
tired. What's up?
It's like this Golden Kamuy is like about this soldier that's like looking for this treasure. Then he runs into like an Ainu girl and he starts learning about like Ainu culture and stuff like that.
Aww.
It's
That's so cute.
it's so wholesome and really gay. Like you have like it's literally the whole anime has the vibe of two bros chilling in a hot tub 5 feet apart because they're not gay. But it's just bros being bros for like half of the anime.
Mama haha. At that moment, I noticed a small writing box by the wall. I opened it up to find several letters inside, along with a brush and other stationery. Yeah, Kuma, they're asking what's the name of the anime again?
Yeah.
What's the name of the anime again?
Golden Kamuy.
Amongst the letters, I spotted yellow paper that was significantly older than the rest. The handwriting was very messy, but whoever written it was had obviously put their all into it. I want to be strong.
There's another Ainu anime I heavily recommend. It's called Dagger of Kamui. It's got a character that was basically prototype M. Bison.
Oh my. Interesting.
So he never kept dying.
It was that Dagger of Kamui. Looked like it had been written as practice by a child even younger than me. Actually, I'd never even seen writing before I came to Kamui-Katan. From what I'd been told, it wasn't practiced in other villages, but had been a tradition in Kamui-Katan for a long time. Thanks to what the chief and the sages taught me, I can read simple sentences. I can't write yet, though. Even with my limited reading ability, the text came across as really sincere and filled with love for her mother. The image I had of Nakoruru being a scary warrior shrine maiden pretty much disappeared from my mind at that point. With a small smile, I returned the writing box to its original position by the wall and started cleaning again. Okay, where should I clean next? Let's get the workroom done. Started to clean the workroom. Like any working space, a variety of tools were stored all around the room. However, there was also an oven, meaning the room doubled as a kitchen of sorts. There was so much in this room that cleaning it was quite a challenge. I started by cleaning the loom and the other equipment. The dust lifted in the air and filled the room with smoke. The smell of mold entered my nose. Ugh. That's how a 7-year-old girl coughs. I choked on the cloud of dust. I pulled back, knocking over a wicker basket. Oh no! Oh no. Oh, my phone died. Worried that its contents might have broken down the fall, I quickly opened the basket up and looked inside. Inside I found a block of fragrant wood used to repel insects. There was also a retarpe, a garment made from woven grass fibers. Thank goodness neither of these were fragile. The clothing was beautifully embroidered. Very lovely. I wondered if these were the types of clothes that shrine maiden would wear. I still felt somewhat anxious, but more and more I was longing to meet her. What's that? I asked aloud. Inside the basket there was another small box. I casually opened it and looked inside. Oops! See, how's that for your immersion? I had accidentally found her underwear, and I hurried to close the box, and then looked around me. Even though I was alone, I still felt worried that someone might have seen me. Woo! I wiped the sweat from my forehead, settled myself, and then returned to cleaning. It took a while, but at last I'd finally finished cleaning the workroom. At last I'd swept and dusted each room, but there were still so many chores left to do, such as wiping down the walls and the floor. I also had clothes and bedding that needed to be hung out and dried.
So is this from the perspective of Nakoruru, or you're playing a character that interacts with Nakoruru?
Yeah. This is her assistant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is an orphan who was like appointed to help at the shrine.
Like a retainer.
Yeah, kind of.
Gotcha.
Alright, so we light the hearth. Ow, I'm sore all over. That's how I feel every morning when I wake up. I stretch out my arms and legs. That was tiring, but I'm glad I got everything cleaned up. I looked around the room. Thanks to my hard work, the house had become a home again. Along the way, I was also able to learn more about Nakoruru, so it was worth it. At any rate, I was pretty sure that she was a normal person, not some fang-torn monster. Maybe it was too soon to tell, but I figured she'd at least be nice, fangs and all. Probably. Suddenly I heard a noise by the entrance. It seemed that someone or something was there. I slowly stood up and went to investigate the source of the noise. As I approached the entrance, I saw a woman standing there. Her clothes were tattered and covered with looked like sharp cuts. Some more, they were splattered with deep dark stains, like blood. The mud and the dirt they'd accumulated from the journey, they were at the least of her troubles. I could see that she'd endured many harsh battles. But one thing that shocked me most of all, I was struck by how slender and elegant she looked. Her long, flowing, glossy black hair was a striking contrast from her snow white skin. And with her soft pink lips, she looked nothing like what I imagined from a mighty warrior. She was incredibly beautiful. But even still, there was one thing that gave the warrior's spirit away that burned inside her. It was there in her eyes, which stared at me intensely. I saw them in a strength, a fire, a will to do whatever it takes, no matter what. Her name was John Cena. Staring, I was snapped out of my fascination by a shrill cry from the hawk on her shoulder. That must have been Mamahara. Flustered, I ventured to speak. Miss Nakoruru? She nodded curtly. So this was Kamui Katan's shrine maiden, Nakoruru. Nakoruru gazed back silently. She appeared calm on the surface, but somewhere in her expression I read a mixture of sadness and pain, but also joy.
Anyways, also I gotta have, so I'll take care of you.
Yeah, have a good one,
See
man.
ya. It's nice having you.
Welcome home. Nakoruru gave me a small smile. Her smile was like the spring sunshine. For a moment, I really felt like the room had warmed up a little.
あなたが見たのね。長老様から話は聞いたわ。これからよろしくね。
Nakoruru ruthless. Nakoruru warily stepped inside, patting my head as she passed. As Nakoruru entered the house, Mamaha took flight and soared softly over to settle on her perch. Nakoruru petted Mamaha and hung the sacred sword on the wall behind her perch. You're earlier than I expected.
ええ、予定よりも早く着いたの。ごめんなさい。私長旅でとっても疲れてしまったから。
The small, yeah, that face is pretty small. Nako put her hand on her forehead and gave me a weak smile. She looked really exhausted. Yes, ma'am, let me get your things ready. I found Nakoruru a change of clothes and laid out on the bedding. When I started to boil water for her bath, Nakoruru stopped me and said that she would just wipe herself down. Ew. I handed her a bottle of water and a towel. And she started to strip off her dirty clothes right in front of my eyes. Whoa.
Whoa.
Eek! Extravaganza, my favorite show on Fox Kids. I rushed out of the room and into the workroom.
Now, I had never owned or really played a classic Sonic game. I think I played Mushroom Hill at the dentist like once.
Look, we all played Mushroom Hill at the dentist. So that was Nakoruru, the person I'd be living here with. She was very beautiful and seemed kind too.
You know what? One of my go.
Yeah, what's up?
One of my earliest memories is playing Skies of Arcadia at the dentist's office.
Let's fucking go.
Right. All right. Go.
When the noise from the living room eventually stopped, I announced my presence before entering. Nakoruru had already fallen asleep. I could hear the sound of long, gentle breaths as they escaped her beautiful face. I couldn't help but smile. Being careful not to wake her, I picked up her dirty clothes, then returned to the workroom. I was suddenly awoken in the middle of the night by a voice.
Oh yeah, Space Holiday. That was a great memory.
It was Nakoruru.
Ooh.
Carefully, I crept in the room where she was sleeping. Nakoruru was having a terrible nightmare. I wondered what horrible things were racing through her mind. Her face was twisted in agony, as if reliving painful memories or deep regrets.
Oh
A
man.
tear fell from her eyes. In a panic, I shook her awake. Miss Nakoruru, please, Miss Nakoruru, wake up! Upon waking, Nakoruru seemed surprised to see me. Her body trembled and her teeth chattered. She could barely speak. Yeah, right? Exactly. It's just me, Miss Nakoruru. Are you okay? Buster Wolf?
Oh no. God damn it.
Nakoruru then wrapped her arms around her knees and looked away, curling up. I searched for words of comfort, but nothing came out. Helpless, I returned to the workroom.
Now that's what I'd call quality gaming.
I laid down, closed my eyes, and listened. Nakoruru didn't seem to be going back to sleep. Was that just a nightmare, or was she remembering something horrible? All my worries from before meeting her came rushing back. No matter how kind she might have been, she still fought on the battlefield and lived to tell the tale. That sort of thing can change a person. We didn't get a chance to speak much that night, but the next day would be different, I hoped. Oh, stop it. It's still dark, Hokude. Ugh. Ugh. Miss Nakoruru. Ah, there's your theme song. I immediately jumped out of bed. I'm sorry. Oh no. I'd really done it now. I was supposed to be her assistant and she had to wake me up? I bit my lip. Worried she'd be angry with me. Yeah, of course, I'll get ready right away. I got dressed in a hurry. Nakoruru might have been the esteemed shrine maiden of the village, but you'd never have known it. She was humble and carried herself like any normal person would, which threw me a little. Once I was ready, I hurried to her. Sorry for being late. Yeah. Then did I do okay, Miss Nakoruru? I was scared to ask. If I'd missed any spots, I was sure I'd have to redo them. However, Nakoruru gave me a gentle smile. Yes, ma'am. To be honest, I was just a little taken aback. This Nakoruru was a complete contrast from the scary warrior I'd imagined, but also completely different from the sorrowful person I'd seen last night. The smiling Nakoruru standing before me was a very kind woman. But you're the shrine maiden. Okay, not Miss Nakoruru. But I couldn't stop calling her Miss, just like that, you know? Nakoruru gave me an encouraging look. I'd never met someone as important as her who'd insisted that I treat her as if she were my equal, my peer, even. Shyly, I spoke in a small voice. Nakoruru. She ruffled my hair. Not really. Growl. My stomach told a different story. Just when I was starting to feel relaxed around Nakoruru, my hungry belly had to go in and embarrass me. Hate it when that happens. Really? Sorry, fam, that was my stomach, yeah, right? Some dried haha. I didn't know what haha was, so I asked Nakoruru. She proceeded to describe the characteristics of haha to me. I was looking for a white bulb with a scaly pattern, kind of like a lily's bulb. Got it. I ran out of the shrine maintenance house. I wasn't running because it meant I'd eat sooner, but because I was just so happy. I could feel a spring in my step as I went. On my way to the village pantry, someone called out to me. Oh no.
Oh. Get out of here. We don't like you. Oh, thank God. A 5-second decision. Jeez.
Yeah, that sounds like me. What? What happened? Someone say something.
Oh, shoot.
What'd you do to Hokate?
Oh, no.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
Is that all? Well, I'd better get going. I walked past Ubaba to enter the pantry. Suddenly, a cane whipped out in front of me, blocking my way.
Alright, I'm actually gonna head out. Y'all take care.
Yeah, have a go, Alex.
Yeah.
Is that the first time? Yo, you've never been right. Yo, all these roasts in this game, man.
He's 7 years old and has so many haters, you know?
Ready for what? Some trivia, let's go. On guard, alright.
Oh. Jeez.
It's barley. My problem is the blue one is the one I'm selecting, right? Okay, yeah, barley. Which of the following do they say shouldn't be eaten with pond snail, also known as tanashi? Okay, hey. You might know the answer to this. Okay.
What?
Here. Which of the following do they say shouldn't be eaten with pond snail, also known as tanashi? Is it soba, udon, or oil?
Oh, I don't know actually. I'm going to say. Fuck me.
Yeah. Jack would be good with food pairings.
Yeah, Jack's here.
I'm gonna say udon.
Udon? Alright, we're going for udon. Udon. What kind of answer is that? I was wrong. What kind of seasoning is shotsuru? And nyokuman.
I'm gonna say fish sauce or like, yeah. I'd taste fish sauce?
I think it's cooking wine. I don't know.
That was
You
my
do.
guess too, but I'm gonna look it up this time.
Oh, we're cheating at the visual novel now. Okay.
Please let me be right. Please let me be right.
It's a fish sauce.
Oh yeah,
Yes!
you were right.
Yes!
Yeah. That's right. That's Turkish, isn't it?
I think it might be Portugal because didn't Japan have like a trade thing with
That's
Portugal?
true. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's go with Portugal. Let's try the next question. Oh, here we got lore shit. Dang, it's Dango. Okay, what is the Ayanui word for a dish of half-frozen salmon?
I saw like the name for because there's like Siberian
I don't know much about
counterparts
the
to it.
Ainu. I'm gonna say Satkep. Satkep.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Oh, it's Ruibe.
Oh.
Oh.
Shit. I had a hunch. Let's try again. What's a dish made by seasoning raw fish or vegetables in vinegar? Stream delay might mess up. Yeah, it's fine.
Wow, asking the hard questions, jeez.
Yeah, right?
I'm gonna say Namasu.
Namasu? Hey, you got it.
Let's see. Yeah. I kind of want to say Otago.
I'm gonna go with Kichiniano.
Do it.
Oh, I was wrong.
I don't know, Red Skull. Annoying quizzes in video games is my jam.
I don't mind it. Ah!
I hate her, Butler. Doesn't like Earthbound have a bunch of like these kind of quizzes?
No, it has yes or no questions where the question is Beatles song today, and then it's a yes or no question.
True.
Sorry, could I just Sorry? The sages started bickering amongst themselves, leaving me feeling a bit awkward. I tried to get in the pantry, but I couldn't get past them. With no other choice, I returned to the Shrine Maiden's house empty-handed. Well, actually, yes, ma'am. I wasn't sure how to break it to her that I returned without the ingredient she asked for. I decided to have to wait until we got back to the house. For now, I followed Nakoruru down to the river. Together, me and Nakoruru picked some aturi flowers, which grew in clusters along the river. The cold weather had left the petals slightly wilted, but the roots were still strong. After picking the flowers, we washed them in the river and put them in a basket. The river water ran crystal clear in the winter. I could even see the riverbed. The cold water chilled my hands as we worked. Just tell your senpai that the mean old lady won't let you grab that. Yeah, right? I wanted to tell Nakoruru I was okay, but she grabbed my hands before I even had the chance. Her hands were warm, and she gently wrapped them around my frigid fingers. Nakoruru brought my hands to her mouth and blew on them to warm me up. Without thinking, I pulled away. It's okay, I'll warm them myself. I put my palms to my mouth to warm them, but also to hide my embarrassed face. Ever since the fall in my village, nobody'd show me this kind of care and concern. Nakoruru's kindness made my heart beat faster. It wasn't that I disliked kindness from others, but perhaps I'd been alone for so long that I'd forgotten how to accept it. I felt unsettled. Nakoruru looked at me with a puzzled expression for a while, but eventually turned her gaze back to the water. I stared at Nakoruru and all her beauty. Yeah, you weren't kidding. Like, she just keeps going off about her. More than simply wanting to spend time with her, I realized I wanted to know much more about her. Although it might have been partly because I was afraid of being home alone again. Why did I add the word home to that sentence? With a serene expression, Nakoruru started to hum a song. The melody was quiet, but incredibly beautiful. For a moment, it was as if it took flight from Nakoruru's lips and soared across the frozen river. Gliding over the snow and the frost-covered forest, permeating every corner of Kamui-Kotan. Mikado and the Wet Bandits, hell yeah, let's go. I stared at Nakoruru and listened. She looked sad, just as she had last night when I first met her. I wondered why. Trying to change the subject, I spoke up. Hey, Nakoruru, that song you were humming just before, what was it? It was so beautiful. Nakoruru suddenly snapped out of her daze. Okay, but that just makes me even more curious now. Never you mind, alright? In total silence, Nakoruru and I continued to work. However, after a while... all of a sudden, somebody jumped or fell out of a nearby tree. Startled, I jumped back. Even Nakoruru flinched. It was Yantamu. I figured he'd been hiding up there, waiting to surprise us. However, once he'd seen us pass, he scrambled to not miss his opportunity and slipped.
I'll be right back.
Alright, I'll see you in a sec. She didn't respond. She just stood there, breathing heavily. From what I could see, she looked less surprised and more upset.
さないで。
ああ悪かった。
ダメだよ、ヤンタに。ちゃんと謝らなくて。
謝ったじゃん今。久しぶりだな、ナクル。
そうよ。
She still seemed to be in shock from Yantamu's surprise appearance. Her shoulders moved up and down with her heavy breaths. Completely oblivious to how she was feeling, Yantamu gave her a firm slap on the back. This guy's gotta stop. He is a pest.
帰ってきてくれて嬉しいぜ俺は。
待ってたよ、ナコルル。
Manari, Yantamu, and Nakoruru had all been friends since childhood. The two began filling Nakoruru in on all that she'd missed while she was away. Manari talked about her singing apprenticeship and how she'd been diligently practicing her musical instruments too. Apparently, she'd come a long way and now considered herself well trained. Meanwhile, Yantamu bragged about owning his fishing skills. As they chatted on, Nakoruru seemed to slowly calm down and loosen up. Still, I wonder why Yantamu's crash landing had thrown her into such distress.
ナクルルに選別があるんだ。
違う。それを言うならお見舞い品だよ。
It was then that Yantamu and Manari showed Nakoruru what they were hiding behind their backs. Yantamu lifted up a branch and hanging from it were some freshly caught fish. Manari held out a batch of sweet dango dumplings she'd made. So I don't think those are parting gifts, and they're definitely not get-well-soon gifts either. Wouldn't they just be gifts?
7歳児に言葉の間違いを直されるってどうだろうね、マナリー。
ひどい。ヤンタムだって間違ってたじゃない。
That's right, I'm right.
細かいことは置いといて受け取ってくれよ。
Oh.
ナクルル、マナリの団子は味の保証はできないけど。
大丈夫だよ。ジエローバに手伝ってもらったから。というか、作ってもらったから。
威張るな。
すみません。
Still in somewhat of a daze, Nakoruru gave a small nod and then reached out her hands and accepted the gifts.
お前帰ってきたばっかで日本に困ってると思ってさ、二人で考えたんだ。恩に着るがいい。
How could she have been grateful with Yantamu boasting like that?
ありがとう。ストーリーを撮ってるんでしょ？手伝う。こうしてると小さい頃を思い出すね。昔よく川で遊んだもん。そうね。楽しかったわ。マナリがよく足を滑らせて。今となってはいい思い出よ。
Manari put the flowers in a basket and took it to the river. She shook it in the cold water, washing the flowers, careful not to get her hands wet.
雪合戦とかして遊んだよな。
As he spoke, he threw a snowball, catching Manari square in the back of the head. This man's a menace. How many different portraits they got? Yeah, right? It does look like Nakoruru's like always looking directly at you. Manari dipped her hands in the freezing river and scooped up as many of the floating flowers as she could. Her hands quickly flushed bright red. They're on Spider's resort. Yeah, okay. She started blowing in her hands to keep them warm. Suddenly, Yantamu grabbed her hands and shoved them under his shirt, holding them against his chest. Jesus Christ, Yantamu. Yo. What are you doing? That's what I want to know.
これで冷たくねえだろ。
Yantamu held Minari's hands in place. Embarrassed, Minari's face turned a bright red.
手を温めるにはこれが一番いいの。あったかいだろ。
でもありがとう。もう平気よ。
そうか。もっと触っててくれた方が
Mm?
俺は嬉しい。
Uh-oh.
ヤンダムのバカ。
You're an idiot. Yeah, right? Minari's cheeks turned bright red again as she turned away.
どうだ、ナコルル。
With a big smile, Yantamu moved closer to Nakoruru. As he approached, she jolted up to her feet. Yeah, that is, I mean, that's how I would respond to him. Oh, we got a different portrait, okay.
先に帰るわね。行きましょう、ミカ
どうしたんだよ、ナコルル。
ト。なんでもないの。
おい、ナコルル。
ねえ、どうしたの？ね
Ignoring them, Nakoruru continued to briskly walk away. I chased after her. Nakoruru? Unsure of what else to do, I called out to Nakoruru. Her expression softened as she looked at me.
え。ごめんね。お腹空いたでしょ。ご飯作ってあげるね。
Oh, but she doesn't have that onion thing. I replied enthusiastically. It seemed that my bewilderment was no match for my hunger. Nakoruru started to get the ingredients together to make the rata skip.
あら、ミカト。頼んでおいた母がいないんだけど。
Blame the state? Yeah, right.
あったわね。それじゃあ私ケットは作れなく。
I'm sorry.
いいのよ。これからは気をつけてね。それじゃあ今日は別の料理にしましょう。
Even though Nakoruru was so understanding, I knew deep down that I had made a mistake and felt terrible about it. My strong appetite had all but disappeared, and the late lunch definitely didn't settle well in my stomach.
あんまり落ち込まないで、ミカト。そうだ、遊びに行ってきていいか
Ooh.
も。
Where does this go? Damn it. Hang on a sec. Ah, fuck it. I'll do it later. She gave me a small smile. I was in no mood to play, but I obediently left the house. Nakoruru said I should go outside and play, but I wasn't sure who I was supposed to play with. Hokute was in trouble for sneaking food from the village pantry, and I wasn't allowed to leave. Then an idea hit me. I headed to Minari's house.
あら、味方じゃない。どうしたの？ 私に？
The tune that Nakoruru hummed at the river that day had left me really curious. I thought I'd try and ask Minari about it. With her knowledge of music, I thought she might be familiar with the song. Yeah, blame the sages. Look, fuck the sages, okay? I told Minari in detail what had happened earlier and hummed the parts of the tune that I could remember. Unfortunately, she wasn't too sure.
聞いたことある気がするんだけど。覚えてないわ。
Blame the beasts! I'm always saying that. I did, but she wouldn't tell me.
どうしてかしら。でも、なんだか
Bothering you? How come?
私、音楽以外に取り柄がないから、なんだって知っていたいの。
Oh, damn.
だけど、音楽しかできないのに、歌が下手って。
Oh, this poor woman.
ちょっと落ち込みそう
Minori looked rather dejected. I wondered if she could really be that bad. I wasn't exactly much of a singer either. Sorry for asking such an odd question out of the blue.
謝らないでいいわあそうだミカト
Recreate?
ナコルルがその歌を歌ったら少しずつ覚えてきてそれを少しずつ組み合わせていって一つの曲にするのどう面白そうじゃない
It'll be very interesting. Hmm.
これねヤンタムーに手伝ってもらって作った楽器フリッククって言うんだけどミカトにあげるちょっと吹いてみて
Okay,
練習が必要ね
Oh, here we go. Let's go.
もしやり方がわからなくなったら画面右上にある説明ボタンを押してみてね吹き方はわかったそれじゃあ今度は曲を
As best I could, I tried to play Minori the song that Nakoruru had hummed. As I did so, Minori watched and listened attentively. It's kind of embarrassing.
大体の旋律はわかったそれなら再現できるよナコルルの口ずさんでいた旋律は頑張ってミカト
I'm trying to play Fire Emblem. But yeah, I don't have all the notes. Alright, so anyway, is oh, okay. Oh, shit. I learned a new verse. It was the first time I played a musical instrument, but it was really fun. I was enjoying myself so much I completely lost track of time. Before I knew it, the evening had settled in. Oh, I have to go home. Please teach me how to play some other time, okay? Okay. Well, you know, we've been, the streams have been going for almost 4 hours. I think this is kind of like a good organic point to save. Please create a new one. Alright, reading the VMU. Do not remove it. There we go. Yeah, we got Amy Roses in chat. Alright, so anyway, yeah, this has been the Nakoruru visual novel, Space Holiday and Derek. We got in the audience right here are two of the members of the translation team. Shoutouts to them. Yeah, you know what? Hey, listen, you're thanking me for playing. Thank you for making this translation patch. But you know what? We're gonna raid out to. I'm gonna see who's available. In the meantime, say your Buddhist prayers.
Do you think you stand a chance against me? I have no intention of fighting scum like you. All I want are those Buddhist scriptures. You bucket of bullshit! Say your Buddhist prayers!